Hey, this is Damien. This is Rosy Side Farm. Today, we are going to start our journey in the single seed challenge. So this challenge is something you do. You take one seed, one individual seed, and you follow it from sowing the seed, which we're going to do today, all the way through its life, all the way until it bears fruit and eventually lives out its lifespan. So we're in the barn today. It is March 1st, 2021, and we're going to get going on some ground cherry seeds. Now the reason for ground cherries is it was 2 years ago, my wife and I went to our local farmer's market, and there was a vendor there selling ground cherries in a brown paper bag, like a lunch bag, for, I don't know, $3 or $4 a piece. I had never heard of them, never seen them before. But we always try to support local farmers. And she said it tasted a little bit like a pine nut, and they look like little paper lanterns. So it's like a tomatilla, but inside it looks like a cherry tomato. It's gold. At least the version I got is gold, and they're really good. They're fantastic. So after trying them, I saved a handful of them and saved the seeds. And the last year, I grew some ground cherries in my garden, and they turned out great. Now the reason I'm choosing this for my single seed challenge is because these seeds are like dust. They're extremely small. So I just think it's interesting to take something that is as small as it is and watch it grow, and a ground cherry plant can get pretty substantial. So today's the first day in a long journey. So what we're going to use as our soil is this Harvest Organics natural garden soil. So that's what we're going to be starting our seeds in. It's just from a Lowe's or Home Depot, some big box store. So that's the soil we're going to use to get started. So I moved the soil over into just an old pot we have laying around the barn because I'm going to pre-moisten our soil before we start getting into selecting our seed. So what we're using is a recycled Bonnie plant container. So it's a little bigger than I normally start one seed in. Usually do the cells, but we're going to give this one extra special attention as we go through the process of its lifespan. So using my customary feed bag as a tablecloth. So I have my soil lightly packed down. I'm gonna make a small indentation, very small, for my ground cherry seed. Now my seeds, ground cherries, from August 2020. So that's when I saved these. So I'm gonna clear up a little spot and dump a few out here on my feed bag, and hopefully you'll be able to see them. So there are the ground cherry seeds. They are very, very tiny. So I'm going to take out one. Just catches my eye. I tell you, it's hard to pick just one too. It's hard to just pick up one. So right there, the tip of my finger, we have one ground cherry seed. Coming over and putting it right in the middle of our plant. It's in there. It's tough to see. Want to lightly cover it over. And we are on our way. So in about 7 to 10 days, hopefully, we'll start seeing some germination. We'll start seeing some signs of life. If not, I've got to start all over with another seed. So that's a good thing, is this thing doesn't end. Shocker, the goats are getting into stuff. This doesn't end with an unsuccessful germination. You just keep starting over again until you get that one seed to germinate and to grow. So I'm going to cover it with some plastic. I'm going to put it on one of our heating pads to get the ground soil warm enough to get germination. And I'm hoping to come back in 7 to 10 days with an update of a germinated ground cherry seed. The animals are getting a little restless. You hear chickens in the background. The goats are messing around. So thanks for checking us out. Please like and subscribe and follow us through this single seed challenge for 2021.